Yo, go watch this guy. It's the best. Okay, quick update. Did some stuff. So now start the game. Oh, there are sounds now to highlighting and clicking and shit. Right. Works for all the stuff. Cool. Also works for all this. There's also going to be an AutoStart thing that Major Arena does not have. It's a shortcoming. So when the game starts, the game mode's already selected because there's only one game mode. But in this game, there are going to be multiple game modes. Choose. Oh, my house is dying. Excuse me. So whenever you start the game, you're obviously going to click one of these really quick. The problem is when you're waiting for players, oftentimes the host goes AFK and the game will just never start. So whenever the game mode gets selected, it will start a countdown for everybody. And in 2 minutes, the game will start no matter what. And, I need to make a thing so it picks a random game mode. Forgot. Also, I added this shit. I don't remember if I showed, but yeah, I showed this yesterday. But I copied this into each level. So now these actors exist in each level. I need to destroy them when the game starts because they don't be up here animating and shit all the time. But now you can join. I also added team caps. So let's say I have 2 people. I have me and then my buddy that we join this game. I made it so, like, let's say there are 8 people, okay? I don't want any more than half the people to be able to join one team. So I've capped it. So the maximum amount of people on one team is half the total player count. If the player count is odd, then it's 1 more. For example, 5 people, it's just you and your boys, and you want to play 3-on-2 because that's the only possible option. So if we just divided 5 by 2, we get truncation because that's 2.5. We drop the decimal because it's integer division. So we lose the decimal. Well, now only 2 people can join each team, and we have 1 guy stuck out. Solution is just do the division and then add 1 if the total is odd. So for 5, it's not divide by 2 to get 2. It's add 1, divide by 2 to get 3. Now we can do 3 warlocks and 2 wizards, or 3 wizards and 2 warlocks. Easy peasy. The game will start. I'll just waiting. Cool. Oh yeah, the host has to start the game. He can't just resume because there's no reason to open back up or any of that shit. Have to start the game. The other people, when they join, actually, I'm gonna remove their resume button too. I'm gonna make it so that they can only do. I think I'm just gonna delete the resume button tomorrow. It's too late now, but the game's about to start. I could have just reduced the time, but whatever. Now it just starts and boom, we're in. And from the beginning, that way if you're in the menu, let's see, you should be able to see here, if you're a new player and you're joining, and there are 3 on one side and there are 4 on the other, you should know, oh, okay, I need to join this team. Just as like a visual representation. Then the game starts, it works for all the levels, so we can go to maze, and we see this shit here. What is it? It's the game mode selection. No, it's the team selection widget. I'm just gonna destroy resume button. Let's go find it real quick. Button. Don't the resume button. This widget already closes. Game starts, I think. So it should be fine. New players shouldn't be able to not choose a team. Choose your fucking team, bro. Then you play the game. Just make it simple. Simple, small scope, but polished as much as I can. Boom. That's it. We don't hide start game from non-hosts. If we're a host, we need to see start game. If we're not a host, we don't need to see start game. But resume isn't going to exist anymore. So only if you're not a host, you should not see the start game button. Then I can just delete resume, hopefully. And so we can start the game like this. But if this real quick, start a game, another guy, he'll join the game, and the controller shit still works. I did break some of it, and I have to fix it. Because I was trying to make it so clicking outside here, like I'm just trying to make it nice. Hold. Okay, good. So you have to choose one of these. Good. And when you click the option, you're good to go. And if the game starts, it automatically assigns you to a team and closes the widget. Oh, good. It crashes because I didn't leave the game properly. That only happens when we have two on the same computer. This Unreal Engine editor shit. It's just a bug. But there was this annoying thing that you've probably seen for a while where it's good because it's helpful for controller, but it's annoying for mouse and keyboard people. When we start a game, we automatically set a like the most likely to be clicked widget to be in focused. And what that does is it automatically highlights it so that the controller can move around and do shit. For example, like this. Okay, and if I click out here, it will re-highlight the last one. The problem is if I'm on mouse and keyboard and I'm clicking out here, why is this highlighting when I'm clicking out here? Granted, if I'm not clicking out here and I'm doing everything correctly, then it should be fine. But like, if I go back, why is create game highlighted? If I go to find game, why is, actually I didn't add it here, but if I go to create game, why is back highlighted right now? If I go to find game, it actually doesn't work. I didn't add it to this one. So right now I removed that functionality because it looks nicer for mouse and keyboard. The problem is on controller, I at least need to set the focus in the beginning. I can disable it. So like, what I'm going to do is this. There are some menus that you can't just press a button to collapse. For example, the menus that you can, the only menu that you can is the main game menu. So we could have stuff in here, and let's say I click out here and I lose functionality. I can't use my controller anymore because I lost focus. Well, I can click one of these buttons and then going to the next window, I have it off right now, would set focus here, and then I can resume control. So you have to pick. You can't just instantly alternate because the cost of that is it makes all mouse and keyboard players probably or at least it would make me annoyed because if I'm clicking here, why would it be highlighting graphics or why would it be highlighting the back button? And every time I click, it would be highlighting the back button. Same thing here. Every time I click, it highlights this one. Every time I click, it highlights this one. And it would just be annoying. So what I'm going to do is when you open the menu, it's going to highlight the most likely button. And when you go to the next menu, it's going to do that. So as you transition between menus, it will automatically highlight a button. If you click outside, it will not highlight the buttons. You have to click a button with your mouse to regain control with your mouse and keyboard, which is good. Because if you're on a gamepad or you only have a controller, then you're never going to click outside and you're never going to experience that issue. Should be fine. I might, I'm trying to think if there are other solutions for it. I'm not thinking of, but like, I mean, I could have like some widget or some setting somewhere where you set that, whether you're using the controller or not, but I think I'm just going to re-enable it for these other things and disable the mouse clicking. Only the mouse clicking will only resume focus if you're in one of those unskippable menus like this. Like there's no button that I can just press. Like if I didn't have focus here, for example, like here, I'm stuck. I can't do shit. This controller does absolutely nothing right now. Clicking out here, I'm going to make it so I'm going to re-enable it so it resumes focus. But so I added the countdown timer. I tested it so it works for other players. We have this, so it says a little preview thing here. Well, I also added a game mode thing so you have feedback on what game mode you're currently playing. For example, we could do capture the flag, start the game, it's capture the flag. We could do same thing, same window. Then we could do domination, start the game, it's domination. And that also works for other players too, I think. Pretty sure I tested it. I just can't remember because I've done so much shit today. So I think that's it. Let me check my commits to see if there's anything else I'm forgetting. I'm not gonna save this stuff because I need to fix it tomorrow. So what do? Oh, yeah, I changed. Well, I already made how wizards have specific visuals. Oh, I need to make it so in the warlocks have others. I need to make it so that when you spawn, you look like that team. Because right now that doesn't happen. So I do that tomorrow. What did I do? I think I already showed you. Yeah. I already showed you that. the book the book is already in here for each of these guys, and the page is actually turned. That shit works. I already showed that. I increased the game mode button sizes. That's just fucking self-explanatory. Okay. Excuse me. Oh yeah, so I added the team cap, I added the auto start, I added the game mode visual, and then I had some comments, and then I installed this plugin here called, oops, not that, plugins, retard, common UI. And what that does is it lets you, as a test, I always do middle mouse button as a nice little test. So I do middle mouse button, and we have to get player controller. It doesn't work if you just get it. If you get common UI subsystem, it won't work. But you go here and do get common UI subsystem. Oops, hold. Common UI. Wait. Huh? Oh, input. Common input. There it is. Common input. Then we can get current input type. And that is an enum, and we can switch on it just to show you what the different results are. Or I could have done equals enum to show you the different results, but this is easier. And I can check to see if you're on gamepad, and that lets me. I'm trying to see if I even need this anymore. Not really. I can almost disable some functionality because previously I had it so like in any of these widgets, is this one of them? In mouse up, whenever you click, we just set the focus to whatever the last focused widget was. But if you're on mouse only, every time you click, it focuses a widget too. So whenever I click one button and then I click out into empty space, it will re-highlight that button. If I click another button and then I click outside, it will highlight that button, and it just looks stupid. So I switched it to instead check to see if the player. Instead, I basically just made this little function in each of these widgets because you can't put it in a blueprint library and use it elsewhere. You can't set focus in a blueprint library because it has to be implemented within the widget. So I just passed the widget we want. Instead of passing it or setting it as focus, like pretend this is set focus, instead of passing it here, I just pass it to this new custom function. Check to make sure the bitch is valid. Get the player, get the pawn he's controlling. I have an interface that I'm using, so I don't have to bring every single piece of the first person character into scope, which is expensive. That's what happens when you do a cast. Instead, we just do an interface, and all I do is in here, it's implemented in the player, and it literally just does this. It returns whether this is equal to gamepad, and that's it. And then, so I might actually just undo the thing. I just undo the logic from earlier. I just undo the mouse shit. I think that's what I do. I think I actually just kill these commit. Oh, I already did this commit. I don't even know what these changes were. Oh, I think I was reverting. So I can probably just, yeah, something like that. But the problem is if I click outside, I want it to be like if you have a gamepad plugged in, then it would do the focusing stuff. But if you don't, then it's just mouse only and it wouldn't do the focusing shit. But there's no way to check it. I can only check to see which one you're currently using. But if you're currently using a gamepad, then clicking outside, or if you're not currently using a gamepad, if you click, it's going to say that you're not currently using a gamepad because you're doing a click. The input is a click, not a button press. And so it's of course going to say you're not using a gamepad, even though you have one plugged in and you're trying to resume focus so that you can go back to the gamepad, but it's not going to resume focus because it's going to continue returning false because you're not actually using a gamepad. So I'm just going to delete this functionality, I think, and then basically just remove the on mouse up shit for the menus that you can't just reset yourself to fix shit. That's it. So I think I'll just do that. I'm not even going to save this. I'm gonna just discard these changes. Get it all widgets. Undo commit. If user clicks with a mouse. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I don't even think I need this or to check the input or anything. I think I literally just disable the mouse up shit. So it always does the focusing when you go to a menu. That way controller always works. But can't click outside to resume focus because otherwise we're stuck with that. And I can't check to see if you have a mouse and a gamepad plugged in. So I think that's it. And I'm just gonna discard these. So fuck it. That's it. Okay. Maybe I regret that tomorrow. We'll see.